She believes that we're seeking out attention by being polyamorous. She said this isn't how she pictured her daughter's wedding, and she refuses to help even pay for what she agreed to pay for previously. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, I'm going to go over a story titled, My Family Has Disowned Me. And guys, this story is written by a woman. She's obviously very young. I'm guessing obviously early, maybe mid-20s at best. And essentially, she's crying the blues, looking for a whole lot of pity out there because her mom has completely cut her off, disowned her because her mother found out that she is actually living a polyamorous lifestyle, that this girl was due to be married and her mom was going to pay for the wedding and all that, and somehow it came out and that it's her fiance and a girlfriend, and the mother, God forbid, is old school and does not want to be a part of this, doesn't want this in her family. And also this girl has a child out of wedlock, shocker, and doesn't want her grandchild exposed to that, because aside from also having the couple and the girlfriend, all that, and other lovers, they smoke, they drink around the kid, all that. And it is a classic mother-daughter brawl going on here. And I think it's definitely entertaining on multiple fronts. One, I like this because a parent is saying, look, I didn't raise you this way. This is not what we want in our family. And if you're going to live this way, okay, fine, but we're not going to have anything to do with you. And also, I'm not going to pay for this ridiculous wedding because it sounded like she wants to involve the girlfriend in the wedding. And so, of course, this girl's singing the blues. And what's really funny about this is you're going to see multiple times how she's going to say how she discovered one day that she's poly, or she came out as poly. It's ridiculous. Okay? No, you just simply decide one day, hey, it's popular right now in the Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0 world that people can have on extra lovers and marriages and relationships and all that. And of course, nothing ever goes wrong with those. And so she's saying that she's discovered this and coming out as poly. What a load of crap. But anyhow, I'm in one of these moods to rant this afternoon, so I'm going to get into this and you'll see more what I'm talking about. It's pretty funny. So it starts off, she says, I don't even know where to begin. This is because it's so effed up. Last week, in a discussion with my mother about pride, she questioned my sexuality. I ended up coming out to her as poly and telling her that I have a girlfriend. Coming out as poly? You mean you simply decided that, you know what, one guy isn't enough, or one person isn't enough, so I need to have multiple people. And what a great time in this period in the world where everybody's pretty much, Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0, that I can convince a guy to, I can have multiple lovers and have it still work. Coming out as poly, what a load of crap. There are things people come out as, but poly, get the fuck out of here. She immediately freaked out. She texted my fiance and asked, why were we getting married? What was wrong with us, etc. Well, there's a question. Why are you getting married? You're with a guy. Why waste the time? Why do that? I eventually sent some screenshots to another family member of mine, the family member who my mother offered to take in when they first came out to their parents, to help me remain calm and respond with grace and dignity. It was extremely difficult. My fiance responded back with a short explanation of how we came after discovering that we were polyamorous and basically defending each other. Discovering, you just one day over breakfast when you were having an omelet, just discovered one day that you're poly? No, you just decided, hey, everybody else seems to be doing this, the young generation now, everybody's like hooking up with each other, and hey, let's do this. Let's expose our child to this bizarre lifestyle, because that never ever is a problem with the kids getting confused and all that. It's ridiculous. She snipped back and continued to press us to move back the wedding or cancel it. She believes that we're seeking out attention by being polyamorous. Never would anybody of this young generation, their 20s nowadays, the TikTok generation, the Z-Tard generation, would ever be doing anything to purely get attention. Never. This generation is not all about attention and validation. I'm sure you guys can pick up on my sarcasm here. She said this isn't how she pictured her daughter's wedding, and she refuses to attend or help pay for what she agreed to pay for previously. Hey, you're doing this bizarre situation. Why should she have to pay? End of story. She said she was heartbroken and disappointed. The entire time my fiance, our girlfriend, and our friends and other family members have either not said anything about us coming out, or they said that it's none of their business. My mom is not someone who I would have expected this from. She then called out our parenting. She claimed that we're raising our daughter wrong because we smoke and drink, and I'm still breastfeeding. She says she's almost a year old. That baby-led weaning is wrong, and that I don't produce enough breast milk and need to use formula. That my daughter isn't growing well. She even compared her not agreeing to this to me not agreeing with spanking your kids. She says because that is totally comparable to physical violence, you know. Oh, for God's sake. So not only is she doing all this, but she's also one of those that doesn't believe in correcting your child with a good spank now and there. Last time I checked, when the kids get out of line, nothing is going to make a kid shape up real quick knowing they're going to get a good smack in the ass they misbehave. Believe me, I learned real quick from a young age what happens, and it worked. But then she asked to visit the kids the next day. My fiance and I agreed to tell her no. I told my close family member, and they agreed that she shouldn't get to enjoy the outcomes of my relationship while simultaneously being unsupportive of us as their parents. I kindly told her that she made the decision to not support my lifestyle so she doesn't get to enjoy the kids. Oh, we're going for tit for tat here. She then compared me to my fiance's baby mama, who previously refused to let him see their son. That's an entirely different story that includes drug issues and CPS, though, but that's besides the point. She isn't the parent. Well, this just gets better and better. Her fiance's baby mama. So there's another kid out there? Once we told her no, she called me the next day to basically say everything out loud as she had said in text. For 20 minutes, I listened to my own mother, the mother who always supported every decision that I made and was open to learning more about things that she didn't understand, call me effed up over and over, and press me for details of when I'm going back to the psychiatrist. And he'll tell me that I shouldn't get married or live this type of lifestyle. Why get married if you're that way? Seriously, what's the point? Because it's not going to stop with just one girlfriend. There's going to be other lovers coming about. And I do say this, that if both people are into that lifestyle, it's one thing. Okay, like they both start that way. But even then, a lot of times it doesn't work. And my issue is there's a kid being raised in this whole thing. And that kid's, and their la-la land mindset to how things are is going to screw up that kid. Amongst many other things going on in the situation. I don't blame her old school mother at all for saying, you're not my daughter anymore. I'm not going to pay for this wedding, etc., etc. Parents got to draw a line. That's the problem with the generation, and it's been a couple generations for these last two generations. The parents are the kids know that no matter what, the parents are always going to be there, no matter what kind of crap they pull. There's no drawing a line in the sand saying, if you cross this line, you start doing OnlyFans or amongst many other things, or engage in certain lifestyles, well, knock yourself out, but don't come back home. You're not my kid. Parents got to be tough, and they just don't do that anymore. It's amazing. Then I lost my cool, went off about how this is not a lifestyle, but this is my sexuality and who I am, and then told her I loved her and hung up. She then sent me a text threatening to take us to court for grandparents' rights. I told the family member, who's a law student, and they let me know that A, hire a lawyer, and also B, grandparents' rights are not a thing in this state, unless a parent is deceased or the parents are divorced. I responded and told her that if she takes us to court, she will never see the kids, that I don't want to speak to her, and that I love her. The next thing she did was RSVP to a no to our wedding online for everyone to see. Now, I don't blame the mom here, but this is an amusing mother and daughter tit for tat thing. Any of you guys that have sisters, or obviously women in your family, you've seen how mother and daughters can clash. It's amazing. A day later, my maid of honor, who's also my younger sister, texted me about it. My mom was obviously telling her what to say, because what my middle schooler says is, you are still young and experience things. And then makes comments about how we always saw our biological father, even when he and my mom weren't getting along. If our mom had not let us see our father when he was a jobless addict, we all three probably would have been better off mentally and emotionally. Her dad was a jobless addict. Who are these people? This gets better and better. This is some Springer shit here. The conversation ended with me pressing my sister to confront my mother about a family secret. The secret would be that my grandmother is in a lesbian relationship and has been living her life in the closet under the guise that her partner is actually related. I grew up asking about whether or not they were a couple or how we were related. and was continuously lied to up until about 6 months ago. Okay, so grandma's also a different lifestyle. Point blank in a text from my mom, she says they are a couple, but I'm not now uncomfortable talking about this, so bye. My mother made her mother live in the closet. She hid the truth from all of us for our whole lives, and I'm the oldest of my siblings, so there's still others who don't know. I don't even know if my older cousins know. It makes sense that she'd want me to do the same thing that made her mom do. After all, I'm engaged with kids. I'm obviously straight and monogamous. No, you're not monogamous. What are you talking about? And kids, I thought she had one child. And by the way, notice she said she's the oldest of the kids. She behaves like the youngest. Sorry about this rant. No, you're not. You're not the least bit sorry about this rant. I just want to get it out there. I don't know how I'm going to pay for the bridal shower and rehearsal dinner now. I don't know if I have a maid of honor. I have nobody to walk me down the aisle. All my parents have now walked out on me. I know that I have to do this for so many reasons, including to show my children that they should never be someone that they aren't. But a month before the wedding sure hurts. 2 words, boo-hoo. Grow up, you're a child, and show her kids. There's a point where any parent, again, is going to draw a line in the sand and say, "This, I don't approve of this lifestyle, I don't approve of this, and you're going to be this way or do these things," essentially bringing shame on yourself and the family. Well, I can't stop you, but you're out of here. And they have to stick to it. It hurts that my mom thinks I'm only getting married because we paid for it already. It hurts that she thinks I'm a bad mom when I stay at home for a living. It hurts that she's poisoning my sister with her shitty, offensive ideas. It hurts that someone in my family are taking her side. It hurts that friends and people I barely speak to have told me that they love me and are proud of me for being authentic to who I am. It hurts that my parents are bigoted, that my children don't have their grandparents in their lives. This is all a cluster F, and my heart is just in pieces. Even my girlfriend is heartbroken because she feels like this is all her fault because of her, and to see her feel guilty, like that pisses me off. I'm sorry for all this. I just need people who understand polyamory to understand this is not a choice or a lifestyle, but it's normal and natural. I'm not a bad or wrong or sent from hell. So it's not wrong, she says. It's a normal lifestyle and not unnatural. Well, yeah, it is. It is unnatural. It is, and it's not a choice. She is making a choice for this. Get the fuck out of here. She just wants to have her cake and eat it too. And she found a guy that's going along with this. And I don't recall her mentioning that he has someone he gets to roll in the hay with. It sounds like it's just her. So, and also I might add, she said she doesn't work. So she doesn't have a job. She doesn't have to pay for anything. And she has a girlfriend. Meanwhile, he works and pays for everything, obviously. That's how they're getting money. And she didn't mention that she's his girlfriend. What a great deal for her. She just sounds like a selfish, spoiled child that's used to getting her way, and somebody calls her on it, and she's having a tantrum. But anyhow, guys, that'll be a pretty entertaining one to go for. Again, this whole coming out as poly or discovering I'm poly or it's totally natural, normal. Get the fuck out of here. These things never work out. And again, if it was just 2 people and they were doing their own thing, they're both into that lifestyle, that'd be one thing. But the fact that they're raising kids, she mentioned that, and those kids are going to see different lovers coming, because that one girlfriend isn't going to be just the only one. And to see it's going to really confuse the kids, mess them up, and you can obviously tell grandma, her mother, has issue with that, and I don't blame her at all. People can, I'm sure somebody will stumble upon this video and other than the usual crowd here and insult me and call me all sorts of awful things. But if they want to say I'm an old school, closed-minded, stick-up-my-ass type mid-40s guy, fine, knock yourself out. But I see the damage that this, as I call it, Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0 world is causing amongst society, families, all that. It's a mess, and it's not working, and it's imploding. But anyway, guys, there you go. That is it for today. Be sure to comment down below and let me think about this. Let me know, guys. Have you ever known anybody that has come out or discovered themselves as poly? I'd like to hear about that. How'd that go with their friends, their families, all that? How'd that work out for them? And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.